Hello, Sunshine Community. This time correct, since we're on Sunshine Community. The 1v1 lockout invitational with Connect 5. That is. It's the second match of this tourney, Danieru vs. Tones. I think 4th against 12th or 13th seed. So it might not be close. It still can be close for sure. We saw yesterday Pogo against Cav being a lot closer than it should have been. Because even though Cav is way faster than Pogo, this variant doesn't solely rely on 13 golds. You can win by, well, as I said, 13 golds, or you have the option to get a bingo, like a regular bingo, and win in that way. So you can technically win with only 5 golds getting clicked. That's like a one special rule that I was pretty criticizing of, and that is the golds you get for collect 5 are not allowed to be delay clicked, which I don't know. If some people are not aware of the Connect 5 option, it can easily be really strong. But sometimes uh, it's usually just first to 13 goals. But we will see. As said, yesterday, Cav against Pogo, Cav kinda forgot the Connect 5, the column 3 win condition by Pogo. So it went way closer than it should have been. We are about to start. The cards are revealed. And at first glance, I see Pinner and Pianta goals, which Pianta itself is kinda shabby. And besides, no damage taken in Raid Yoshi, I don't see anything from Pianta. So it probably will be left alone, especially since there are no blues. There are like no blues from Pianta or bluebirds. And Pianta doesn't offer like anything. Maybe like the 3 rockets, 9 from a single level, collect the hundreds from a secret, but that's kinda too far into this. Usually I think the meta hasn't evolved yet, since this is kinda early. It probably will be in the regular 1v1 variant, but there is still the Connect 5 aspect that can change the game or some routing quite significantly. Whether it be just being there being such a strong option, or just having to deal with like blocking this out. Generally speaking, though, I think Rico would be a good starting point, and 15 M's and 15 from Rico. These are basically Rico goals. One being direct, one indirect, of course. And you have rockets, which you get the one early on in Rico. You have like the pinner goal still in one hidden from pinner. You have both bells, which require pinner. You have like 28 from 28 shines that usually mean you get a lot of fast shines. So either Pianta or Rico. A 9 from a single level with 5 hiddens in Rico. Still fast. Pretty fast even. And you can do 100 from a secret level if you really want it. So like, it looks like Rico would be strong, but Bianco with 20 blues and 4 floodless, these are like two goals that you have to be in Bianco 4 for, and you can't get them both at the same time. But there are still 4 bar shines, so you can do 4 floodless into 20 from Bianco with PD, or the hidden with red coin shines and the hidden, and a rocket nozzle into the 20 blues. That's also an option. And you have the future Mario in Bianco Hills anyway. But Bianco is, even though it provides way more, I would say, in terms of just general things, it's significantly slower than Rico. Gelato doesn't seem to be an option here at all. I don't see any Gelato goal except for the 5 hiddens, which you can get too early on in Gelato. And like you have to go for Gelato when you go for a shine from a secret level, 8 linked, and I guess that's it. Except maybe you want the rocket there, but there's literally no incentive to go there for more than just 1 or 2 shines, or 1 or 3 shines. Along with that, it's I think it's pretty clear that you kind of need to have some progress, but that's just like from a Larkar perspective. So far, there hasn't been a row, column, or diagonal that really caught my eye as pretty oppressive in this, because like yesterday there was like a row where you could have secured 1 goal, and if you're fast enough, or you would have had to force, or you would force the enemy to just like commit to 1 goal, just like trying to grind shines just to beat you to 1 or 2 goals of that, because you would win like the we would win otherwise. But this time around, I don't see this option really be happening, except you might have like a decent win con with the Bianco play, since you have 6 red coins, you have Bianco 4 floodless. And if you go for like the PD into the 20 blues from Bianco, you could have like a decent shot at 65 totals, and you technically have to make the opponent commit to 3 100 coin shines at some point, unless you are just like playing around with them. That would also be an option. Other than that, doesn't seem too good. Also, the like row 3 play could have easily been countered with just Rico 1, Bianca 2, Rico 5, Manta, or just the 4 boss squad in PD, Manta, Blooper, and Mecha Bowser. So I think both will either go to either Bianco or Rico. There's not much else to go with, except maybe if you're funny, you go into Piata. Although row 2 nor column 3 look that good to me. Except row 2 would be fine without the 60 total boost, I guess. So both are opening up Bianco. They can still go to Bianco or Rico. The fastest Rico rush is Underbell and Chuckster Shine. So they can both get still do Rico instead. Going for the blue coin that Danny got is basically standard in bingo unless you go for the underbell shine during the unlock. Pretty standard stuff. Everything seems pretty normal. Tones seems to opt into for Bianco, and so is Danny. Unless Tones is actually going for Rico instead. Never mind. So yeah, both Bianco. I would be lying if I said I was surprised. Maybe it's time to like talk a little bit about both runners. Tones and Sniper are the duo that is known as like the bingo, the 1v1 lockout buddies that would usually just play 1v1 against each other. And although they have this reputation, both have been kind of absent, so they might have been pretty rusty in terms of their bingo game and maybe their gameplay. And Danny, from credible sources, I've heard that he has his bingo play still. That his bingo play is still on a good level. Tons is kind of behind in Bianco, and now that I think about it, I wonder if he thought that Bianco would be the best play, or if he goes for Bianco as a counterplay to something. Because I think Rico still can work pretty well. Maybe its goals aren't as present as the Bianco ones, though I still think it's quite strong here. So I think Tones has less delay than Danny, so Danny's lead is kinda bigger than what is currently displayed. At least for me. Maybe it isn't for Rimado. But now that like I okay, there's still the one thing, or like the two options they could go for, and that is either you go for 20 blues from Bianco right away after Bianco 3, or you go for Bianco for Floodless, and who would get the rocket at one point, who would do like the hidden for the hidden totals and the red coin totals. And we will see that after Bianco 3. Yeah. Tones struggling a little bit with the best movement option in the game being side flips. While Danny is already done with the secret. So that's quite the lead. And I think Danny could technically even afford unlocking Rico, doing trial skip and doing Bianco for Floodless. But he isn't going for it because that would just be unnecessarily risky, and he doesn't know where Tones is. So, depending on what Tones is actually going for and what Danny's going for, this might be or might not be rough. So Tones is unlocking Rico. I don't know if he will go into Rico or not. There are no secret totals. So Bianca 3 might just be a setup for Rockets then, in that case. Also, Danny's Bianca 4 Flatless is pretty slick. That was pretty good. Tones has 2 M's. Noted that 15 M's is a goal. Danny kicks this off instantly. Well, kind of. I don't know if he actually abide by the 5-second rule or not. But that's still kind of weird. So Tones just unlocked Rico, and I think he might just go for the 20 boost then as a result. One thing to keep in mind, for 15 M's you need to have well, when you go for the 9 in Rico, you would need to have 3 from Delfino and 3 from Bianco, or 4 from Bianco and 3 from Delfino. Or you can get like 4 and 3 and then skip one of the M's. Tones just went into Bianco just for the rocket. Didn't get any M's at that. So you might just be focusing on rocket nozzles only, which... Okay. Danny has 4 M's. He got the jail blue during Bianca unlock. So if he only is going for M's, then when he has 16, he needs to click this off if he wants to keep his possibility of a BLTR, row 4, or corn to win. But he can't get them right now anyway, so... We don't have a statman, right? At Restreamer. That's unfortunate. Okay, Danny has 3 more blues than M's. 4 more blues than M's. 5 more blues than M's. We'll have 6 and 7 more blues than M's. Ah, this is a mess. Clicks off 15 from Rico. I forgot about that goal. Danny does not have 15 blues from Rico, apparently. Oh, true, he only has 16. 14. If he had 16, yeah. So I think he got every M in this, aside from the 2 far away ones. So that would be 7 plus the one in Bianco plus the one in Buffino. So he has 9. Okay, someone just visited this chat. That's fine. And yes, that didn't affect Tones. So that is pretty fine for Danny that this misclick has happened, but it's not a big deal. Tones is about to get his second rocket. And considering the speed difference that Tones is probably aware of, he needs to click these goals off instantly if he wants to win by a Connect 5. And I don't think he can, like, he thinks he can just outspeed someone like Danny in 13 goals. No shade, but Danny's pretty fast. Tones is clicking off 2 rockets. No delay click. How many M's does Tones have now? 4? I'm lucky he doesn't go for M's then. And Danny has the advantage. So I hope Danny goes for 15 M's, since I know how many he has. Underbow. Kind of. An attempt of Underbow, rather. Tons is unlocking Gelato. And I wonder what Danny will do. Also unlocking Gelato. Okay, that makes sense. Tons seems to go to Gelato for a reason. There's a hidden after all. There is the one shine from each. And the 8 links. So does he intend to go for column 4? He knows that Danny has 1 red coin shine at the very least. So that's kind of risky. And he has 15 blues from Rico, which makes him have some blues already for 60 total. He's suddenly going for a bluebird. Okay. These can be fast blues if you get the blues, the birds instantly. Oh, this will be so horrible to keep track of like all the M's and the links. But Tones has 2 links. Danny has 2 halves, which doesn't make it a linked. Okay, apparently we got visited before by Pepper's roommate. Kinda sick, IMO. Paper will play later tonight. I think 7 PM EDT against Reed. Today will be a lot of matches. In fact, I think Sniper Trey is in like 1.5 hours. So also look forward to this. For whatever reason, Wednesday is bingo day. So Tones got one secret shine. I'm not certain why he didn't go for the hidden. There must be a reason to it. Maybe a bad one, maybe a good one. Maybe setting up for free rockets. There are no bluebirds goals, and Danny messed up that bluebird. That is quite shameful. Also, I forgot how many blue M's Danny has. I think he still has 9. But I still have no idea how many Tones has. Maybe it would be a good idea to get some cough inspiration by chat if Ramato can give me the info. That's quite the rough mecha for Danny. And it kind of looked like my mecha, so then you know how rough it actually is. Tones is getting his third M linked, so that is what I'm certain of, at least. So I got that at least. So I got that. I'm content. Danny's most likely going for Pinner 4. One hint from Pinner, since he's in Pinner. And defeats the Canmo. I forgot about the goal. Also, Tone's actually going for M's, and I have no idea how many he has. That's sad. Let me see if I am actually like opting for M's or just for blues. He only has 19 to Danny's like 22, which is not that big of a difference, but still. There are still many blues to be collected. Danny having the not the best Pillar 2 of all time, which is fair. Pillar 2 is quite the difficult secret. Tones is going for his 4th linked. So he might actually just go for column 4 then as a goal. But Danny has 1 red coin shine, which is not much. But he has now access to 2 more. And Pachinko and Tall Grass. Tones is getting another M, and I have still no idea how many he has. That's quite unfortunate for me. Then he's getting his 3rd goal. Unless he wants to delay click this and he somehow gets sniped by Tones, who isn't particularly going for it, and okay, Danny clicks it anyway. So he still has the column 3, row 1 option. It seems like Tones is going for Pachinko. Then why didn't he go for Bianco Free Reds? I don't know. Maybe he thought about Pachinko first. Also, I wonder now if Danny is just going for the red coin or for Yoshi in this. Since both are okay options, since column 3 requires Yoshi unless you do the weird up warp that is quite a popular trick, or like popular in terms of watched by Mikan or Orange or ZMD something else. Danny has collected his 4th red coin shine and Tones has only 2 at his hand. So okay, I was about to say, if we see Danny go for tall grass, then we can be sure that what Danny's next goal would have been, but he's in pin of 4. Which in itself isn't a particularly bad play. Also, Tones seems to be very worried about the red coins, which makes sense since Danny he assumes 3 and has access to 2 more. So that would be quite a race for this goal, since it's kind of really vital in Tone's game plan. And I would say even his biggest win con is just con 4. But Danny still has the lead in red coins since he has 3 more open in Pachinko, Lilipad, Tallgrass, and Bianco 3 hidden. But he doesn't go for this, so that is quite interesting. I feel like a good strategy for that variant is, if you're the faster player, you just want to like eliminate all possible connect 5s first, and then just rush the 13 goals. But Danny seems to go for a row 1 play, which is interesting. I'm not quite sure what to think of that. So Tones has 3 red coin shines. If he'll get a 4th one now, he has access to 1 more, and then he needs to have an idea. He has Rico 3, so he can do Rico 4 and Rico 4 reds. He could go to Pinner, but that would be riskier. And he could do a Lily Pad clip if he knew it. But I doubt anyone but Noki Doki, Orange, and Sid know it. So about that, I don't know. Then he could go for Lily Pad, but he opts for both bells instead, since that's an actual goal. But he has like no info on Tones, so he doesn't know what like he would have to do, since Tones just gave up the information of I have 2 rockets, so that means I probably have been I've been in Bianco and Rico. The only issue Tones has is that he needs 1 more red coin shine from anywhere, and that would just most likely be Rico 4 hidden. So going for that secret now was not the bad play when he was in Gelato. He wasn't actively contesting for links or something, so he kinda could have just gone the red coin right after. Maybe after Danny revealed information, he changed his plan. Okay, Danny's going back to Bianco. I wonder if he goes for the red coins or the 20 blues now. Another option would just be getting the feature Mario Bianco. Could also be a play. Or could have been if he entered Bianco 5. Yeah, I said Jalo before. Also, Rockets and Bianco 3 with Rocket. He goes for safe strats. Bianco 3 is a difficult hidden IMO, so that's fine. But Tones is going into Bianco. So if Danny goes for the red coins, like immediately, he'll have a pretty good shot. Also, Danny's going really safe at this. Okay. That was really safe. But I guess better safe than sorry. Then he has 4 red coins, red coin shines, and has access to 2 more. One of them being Pachinko, the other being, oh my goodness, he has already Nokia unlocked. Huh. He could go for the column 5 play. 20 blues from Loki, defeat both can molds, and then just collect 1 shine from each. Oh, I see. I've not considered that. Although he still needs Serena, he still needs Pianta and Gelato. Clicks off this immediately, of course. He wouldn't be able to get this goal otherwise. He doesn't go for the 20 blues immediately. Interesting. Maybe he knows that Tones isn't that far ahead in Noki progress. So it might be a race to who finishes up their column first. And I think at this point, Tones realized, oh, Danny has quite the win con now. But he wants to finish up PD first, probably. And Danny's going for the 20 blues right now. And I think Danny could finish up his option quicker than Tones's, and Danny should not die. And Noki too. That would be quite embarrassing. Although now I kind of wish he would die just because it would be funny. Yeah. Okay, Tones is going for the one from each. He needs Pinner and Serena and Noki. So that's still also quite a lot of shines and pretty long ones at that. But Danny's still busy with his 20 from Noki. I think he entered with 1 blue coin. Gets quite a lot of lag. He still has no info on where Tones is, by the way. He has literally only 20 rocket nozzles as his entire info. Okay, Danny just confirmed that he needs 10 more blues. There's not that much to commentate on. Tones is still at Manta. And Danny is still at Noki Blues. It's not quite spectacular. He checks again how many blues he needs. He just wants to make sure for real. Oh, is defeating a boss, the boss, and gets a boss shine. I did not think about this. He will have, this will be his 4th boss. But Tones is dead set on the one from each, and with his meta being done, he still needs only Pinna and Noki. I don't know how many shines he currently has, but it's not improbable that he will beat Danny to it if Danny needs much longer. And with Tones being not necessarily ahead into blues now, that Danny has collected that many Noki. I don't know how many he turned in, or how many either of them turned in. Oh, this is a mess in that regard. Danny checks again how many blues he needs. Thank you, Danny. He takes off 20 blues from Noki immediately and 4 boss shines immediately. So Danny still has 3 more worlds to do. One of them being Serena, which is really, really slow. One of them being Pianta, and one of them being Gelato. And Tones only has to do Noki. Oh, how many blues does Danny have? I think he turned him 20 or 30. Did he turn him 30? Oh, I don't know right now. How many M's do these players have now? Tones is in a really good position right now to counter column 5, but he still needs column 4. I don't think he got the links in Pinner, which kind of hurt him. But it's still fine. Also, I have really no idea how many M's either of them have and how many blues they turn in. This is a lot to keep track of. But this is interesting, definitely. Since Tones has like his options still up with being ahead into red coin shines and the future Mario, and Danny isn't going for blues, but he's going back into Pianta. I mean, it makes sense that he doesn't go for the one shine from each. So when he thinks that he forced Tones into going for this. Also, I have no idea about the 15 M's anymore. I think Danny might has it. He might have it now. Okay, Tones has to click this immediately for, I would say, obvious or understandable reasons. Danny might just go for piano free no damage instead. But how many blues did Danny turn in now? 20 or 30? I guess I'll have to trust in him in this by when he clicks this. Doesn't want to die, understandable. You never want to like mess up in a bingo, or in a bingo lockout match. Tones actually might go for the Bianco 6 hidden, which is both a weird play and not. Also, like alternatively, he could go into pinner 2 and do pinner 3 and not die in Bianca 6 right now and get the links, since he still needs the Rico and Hina. Very good. Momentum spin by Danny. In before he gets power chickened. In before he drops into this hole again. Never mind. Now it would be kind of difficult to fall back down there. That was not necessary. Oh, he goes for more M's. So he... Okay, for 1 second I thought he would get 4 damage, since 4 damage. Kinda stupid. And now with like that, I think it's a delay click. Or will be considered a delay click. And thus, BLTR and column 2 are not possible for him to get. Tones in the meantime will get Shah Mario. And I don't know how many reds Danny has right now. But I think this can be quite scary for him. But he still needs 8 coins. He can get them like easily in Gelato. But goes for Pianta instead. Oh, Tones actually might just go for Bianco 8. That would also be possible. That would be stylish. Danny also has a lot of shines, so he might go for the 13 golds win con instead. Although I would think that blocking off 60 totals as soon as possible would be more beneficial for Danny than doing Pianta. Since you kind of have to consider what like goals your opponent would go for, like how would they play, and considering that Danny knows that he has speed advantage, since I think it's not that unsurprising if I were to say that Danny is faster. He turns them in now. Has 28 shines. He cannot get Corn 2 since he delay clicked 15 M's from Graffitis. He can go for Red Yoshi and Pianta right now, but then he needs one other goal. Unless he gets his 60 totals in Pianta 5. I wish I knew how many blues Tones is at. He goes into Rico for them. And he still needs the 8 links. So this actually... Okay. Danny needs 3 more... Excuse me, 8 more blues. And Tones needs... I don't know how many. Um... 20? 10? I don't know, actually. That's quite rough. Danny's going for some pretty slow blues. Walking with Yoshi and all that. So it's literally just a 60 total race, and I think Danny has to lead since I think Tones just turned in a total of 40. But I'm still unsure. Danny needs 4. And if Tones just needs 2 more, then this might actually look like a Tones win. But he hasn't clicked it yet, so maybe he still needs 10 more. Okay, he needs 10 more. That's unfortunate for him. Unless he's able to just like magically get 10 blues really fast before Danny gets 2. But I don't know which ones are left. Maybe just like 2 in Gelato for Danny. Alternatively, Danny still only needs 5 more blues in general just to get 13, and unless he thinks Tones will get like a double click out of this, which he could, honestly, then if Tones went for blues instead of Bianca Shadow Mario, then this would have been a Tones win, which is not necessarily surprising, but it's closer than I think most people expected. GG. So we might get like both of them. For an interview. Also, it's about time I take my medicine. So, 1 second. Okay, for an interview. So, like that. Hi, Danny. Congrats on your win. And hello, Tones. GG to
hello.
both of you.
G.
That was, I don't want to say a weird race, but Tones, you were pretty well set up for column 4, and Danny didn't consider really countering it or blocking it early on.
Yeah.
Were you initially going for?
I was initially just gunning for column 4. I was just gonna do column 4 because I figured, well, Bianco was pretty good here, and I figured if I'm going to get anything in Bianco, I might as well get the 2 rocket nozzles, because I knew that if he beats me in anything in Bianco, he's gonna go to late game as soon as possible so I can get the late game stuff. So that means that if I got the rocket nozzles, then I can get the red coins, the linked pairs, the Shadow Mario and stuff like that, because he'll be busy doing other things. And I was right, but it just wasn't executed. I hadn't considered the fact that once he gets to Noki, he pretty much wins. So, like, as soon as he clicked off like three rockets and both cannon moles, I was like, he only needs 1 shine each level, and he wins. So I had to spend however long, 12 minutes, to go and get the blue coins, or not the blue coins, the 1 shine each level, getting it from Cyrena, and then of course getting enough shines to even get to Noki. And in that time, I wasn't able to cover the blue coin, which I needed to.
Yeah, to be honest, I kind of forgot about column 4. I was like, early on, I was like, okay, there's blue coins. I'm gonna do Rico blue coins and Noki blue coins potentially. So I kind of forgot until the end. I was like, wait, if he gets 8 links and 60 blue coins, I lose. I figured it out after I entered Bianco right at the end.
Yeah, how far were you in Bianco when I clicked off Shadow Mario?
I had only done Bianco 4 Floodless.
Okay. Dang, I think that was like the biggest mistake that I made, was going to Bianco, because I thought that you were going to finish it off. But if you weren't going to, then it showed you that you needed to get 60 blues so you can rush those.
Yeah. I wasn't planning it on it per se, but I had it on mind. If you blocked column 4, column 5, I was like, maybe I can just do Bianco. But then I was like, I thought I had all columns covered, so I just went to get goals, and then I remembered about column 4.
Yeah. Like the score doesn't show in this format how close it was, because all I need to do right now is go into Pinna and get 16 blues with the link pairs.
Yeah.
And then I connect 5. Like, that's all I need to do is just walk into Pinna.
In
so it was
hindsight,
that close.
Tones, if you knew like how much Danny still needed for 1 shine from each, you could have still like collected some blues, for instance, the three links in Pinner, and still would have beaten him to one shine from each, since he
I
still
don't
needed.
I don't
Yeah.
think so. He only needed Pianta, Gelato, and
Well,
what?
you
Actually,
could have
Manta.
you could have
And
made like,
Cyrena. Pianta, Gelato, and Cyrena. That's all you needed.
yeah, but
If you didn't go to Eel, you went to Eel, right?
I did a Noki 2 boss.
Oh, you did the Noki 2 boss. Okay. Um okay, so if you didn't decide to do the Noki 2 boss and you just went like to Pianta and got whatever shines, because you had Cyrena open as well, you had Yoshi.
Yeah.
So if you did those, I would have lost one shine each level. So that's what I was thinking. I had to rush it because he was ahead of me there.
Yeah. I was planning on doing 4 bosses with Manta and one from each, but I thought I would get sniped to one from each since I still had 3 worlds and I thought you were just behind me. So
Yeah, well,
I didn't have
When you finished Noki 1, I had 13 shine. So
yeah, mm,
mm,
makes sense.
still this was like pretty close towards the end.
Yeah.
Uh,
Now that I think about it, it was so close.
mm,
yeah, like I actually like I thought it was over when I had to go for one shine each. And then when I got one shine each, I said, "Oh man, this is actually really close."
Yeah.
this okay
Like if I
now.
yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
go ahead.
If I rushed blue coins instead of going to Bianco, then I think that would have been it.
So what I'm interested in is, since yesterday happened with like Cav neglecting column 3 and Pogo being also pretty close to Cav, like pretty close to winning against Cav, and now this match, would you say that this format, if like one player doesn't like fully consider every option for a Connect 5, that this would like have the skill gap shrink pretty much, as in,
You can answer this, Danny.
yeah.
Sorry, say again.
Do you
Sorry.
think this format allows for like much closer matches, where like someone who
Yeah.
would be considered lower tier or lower seed than to a high seed, would an upset happen more often, or would the matches just be way more closer?
Yeah, I think so. I think this is more upsets can happen here compared to row control, since if you just go for a column and you start winning 50-50s and stuff, you can just get one column and that's it.
I'm gonna have to disagree here because I feel like this format is even worse when it comes to skill difference
Mm.
because getting shine count means that you have volatility and you can go anywhere. And when you have that fast shine count, when you're able to go to late game a lot easier, then even when you catch out that they're planning on cheesing a row, you can lock it out fairly easily. And like that's what happened with Calf. Like he almost lost because like he didn't account for column 3, but he was able to still stop it, even though like he was kind of nowhere
Mm.
close, but he was still able to stop it because he had that shine lead. and and another thing that it does is you're not accounting for the fact that the winner, the person who is ahead, also has the chance to make their own row. So like, you know, a lot of times we're thinking of the winner playing the 13 and that's their win condition, but like all you have to do as the winner is get a couple of goals in a column or row, and then you say, okay, the other goals in that row are absolute shit and I don't want to do them. Like let's say it's like 8 red coin shines or something. I don't want to do them. But they're going to think that I'm going to do them. So that means they're going to spend all this time doing 8 red coin shines and I can just do whatever I want. So
Mm.
like that's kind of what happened with this bingo, where Danny was ahead, Danny was in Noki. I had my cheese row, but I was behind. So I was forced to leave my plan, go and stop his row from being gotten, and that meant that he can go and collect blue coins and he can go and get the boss shines and get the M graffitis, and he got like 4 or 5 goals just from the time where it's spent for me to get one shiny level. I'm not saying that it's not possible for upsets to happen, but I think that it's less likely.
Okay,
Yeah,
good. Then
I
that,
agree on your point. I also think that this shows how important Pina and Noki is, and just getting blue coins on the way to trading for late game, like getting a lot of stuff early.
yeah, I would have agreed with you, just because of the fact that these two matches were so close. Because I would consider them kind of a misplay by Cav and Danny, just like not blocking out every option fast
Well,
enough.
I don't necessarily think that it was a misplay by Danny because none of the stuff that was in column 4 was like anywhere close to stuff that's in late game. Like you wouldn't spend time to go and get eight linked blue coin pairs when you can get 6 other goals in the time that it takes you to get eight linked blue coin pairs.
Yeah.
So like he didn't misplay at all. I mean, obviously he won, but I'm just saying that because he didn't misplay by getting those slow goals that I was going for, he was able to step in and stop it whenever he was able to.
Yeah, I understand that.
But yeah,
Yeah.
cheese can work. Cheese can definitely work, and I see the potential in it. You just have to be like super smart about it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I would like. One of the best things about me choosing column 4, if everything worked to my plan at the beginning, was that I would be clicking things all pretty much at the same time so that he couldn't be able to react. Is that if that makes sense? Like I was putting off doing Shadow Mario and Bianco so that I wouldn't have that showing. You know, I was putting off getting 8 link blue coin pairs even though I had Pinna available. I was putting off getting the 6 red coin. But like once it got down to the ending when I realized I have to start clicking the goals. Also when I was threatened in Bianco and I had to finish that off, then it's still going to trigger in your mind that you have to stop the Connect 5.
Yeah. To be honest, I should have gone for blue coins instead of Pianta, but to stop it earlier. But yeah, it
Yeah.
didn't even matter since you had to block my rows. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
that's a good point. Like I feel like the winners should definitely just be cautious of what goals are in what positions.
Yeah.
Like for example, that like we all know by now the goal in the middle is the most important. In this board it wasn't, but the goal in the middle is the most important because it blocks off 4 and it's the only position that blocks off 4. So it's in theory the most powerful one. And and then following that, the ones on the diagonal are also very important. So that's where you say, okay, 60 blues is fairly easy while I'm collecting things, and it's also on the diagonal. That means that if I get the 60 total blue coins, that blocks off 3 things, and that's going to make cheesing so much harder.
Yeah.
Out of how many winning conditions? There's 12. There's 12 connect 5s you can make, and then getting the center square blocks off 4 of them, and then another diagonal takes off another 3. Like, that's super strong. Meanwhile, someone like 65 total blues over here, like that's only going to block off 2. That doesn't do anything. So the position of the goals makes a big difference, and that's what I really like about this format.
Yeah. Also having 2 goals in the same line and pretty close to each other. Imagine if 60 and 65 total blues are in the same column or row. That makes it
Yeah.
very powerful.
That's an interesting point. I haven't like personally thought about the position of the goals per se that much. So thank you for for your thoughts on that.
Yeah.
Continuing this, you Danny will play the winner of Train Sniper, and Tones you will play the loser of Train
Sniper.
Sniper. Yeah.
Yeah, me and Sniper already know that we're playing each other in losers, so if we don't, that'll be a good surprise. That way, like at least neither of us is gonna get last place. But I would rather at least one of us doesn't get last place, but stuff happens.
Well, if Sniper loses, then you will have to play, and one of you will advance then. So
yeah, but this is a fun tournament, and that just means that in the next tournament, if I come last, then I'll get way more opportunity to play above my seed. It's all about the
Yeah.
long-term gains.
Exactly.
Okay, so Sniper Tray is in like 45 minutes. Thank you guys for playing. And if you two don't have like anything left to say, then I would say goodbye.
All right, goodbye.
Good game. See ya.
GG.
GG.